Special treat for you right now, Hubheads. We have some vintage drag racing history going on. Sonny Messner, owner of the car. How you doing, man?
I'm fine, Chris. How are you?
Tell us what we're looking at here.
Well, I have Don Garlett Swamp Rat number 3, the third car that he built, 1960. This was the first purpose-built car that was actually built out of tubing with a purpose. The other two cars were built out of old car chassis, 29 Chevy rails. So this is the first actual drag race car built by Don Garlett that was made out of tubing and built by him.
Now, cool little topic here is you actually used to work on this car as a youngster. You were with Don throughout his whole career, and now you've owned the car for the last 7 years.
When I was 16 years old, I went to Lions Drag Strip one Saturday night because I heard Don Garlett was coming out, 1960. And he came out, and I watched him work on the car, and I spoke with him about the car. So he asked me if I could help him, and I was a kid that was, blown away by that request. So I got in that push car with him because he had another driver at the time. His name was Connie Swingle. And we pushed Connie Swingle down the track and then turned him around because in the old days they would push the car down to the quarter mile, turn around, and then push it back and start it at the starting line area. They would go around the Christmas tree, which in those days they didn't have a Christmas tree. They had a guy with flags, flag starter. That's how far back this car goes. And then we'd pull up to the line and wipe the tires off. So when we pushed the car down, and I was with him, and Swingle started the car, the nitro fumes came back in that push car, and I thought, man, now I see why these guys do this. This is bitchin'. So I was hooked. So the years went by, and I helped Don Garlett through his whole career, but I always wanted this car, because to me this was the epitome of top fuel racing and the golden age of drag racing. And I bugged Garlett and bugged him for 40 years, and finally about 5 years ago we agreed on a deal, and I got the car from Garlett's, and I'm very proud to have it, and it's an honor to have this car. And so I go to all these cackle events and start the car for the crowd and just thoroughly enjoy it and try to live what it was like, when I hear it run and sit in it and experience that.
Well, Sonny, it's a beautiful restoration, and you keep it up very beautifully. And also what's great, as you mentioned, you have the original push vehicle too. Did the two come together, or were you able to acquire them separately?
I had to acquire those separately. This one needed some work to bring it back to the way it was. But it was a 1961 GMC Carryall, which was like a derivative of the Suburban. And it's the way it was, with the rack on the top with all the car parts and the correct lettering. And even on the front there it says, "Here comes trouble." And it's very apropos, and so it's a pleasure to have both these vehicles.
Well, you've got the drag car, you've got the push vehicle. The only thing that's missing is Lions Drag Strip.
That's true, but it's pretty close to here because I still see a lot of the guys that ran at Lions Drag Strip, and they do remember the cars, so it's a lot of fun, and it's a blessing to be able to come out and still relive this and see a lot of these old drag racers.
Well, Sonny, that's so cool that you're keeping it alive like this. Congratulations to you on having the car. I know that you got a special treat for us, Hubheads. Sonny's going to be starting up the dragster in just a minute, so stick around for that. Sonny, thanks again, man.
Thank you, Chris.
Ryan Soto at the wheel is George Snowden. Hot, real funny car. George, do you have any old little models in the pit?
people. It's a gearhead mating call.
Drag racing history.
This is Sonny Messner, and you're watching HubGarage.com.